Ocarina of Time is one of, if not the best game of all time, and to claim that title, the game has to be almost perfect with very little bugs and glitches, a good story, good characters, and a lot of other stuff. However, this hasn't stopped the community to figure out ways to absolutely break this poor game. Today, I'm going to do just that, but I'm going to focus on the visual bugs and oversights that are apparent in a sequence-broken file of Ocarina of Time, meaning a file which is at a point the game did not intend it to be at with the amount of progression items the file has. I'm going to go over 3 of the visual bugs I find the funniest and coolest, and also show you guys exactly how to do these yourself. If you like Zelda stuff, you should subscribe for Zelda stuff because I post daily Zelda shorts and weekly Zelda long form videos, and also stream sometimes. Subscribing and liking boosts my motivation and helps my channel out a lot. Anyway, let's get started. Part 1, the setup. The setup is pretty simple, but does have some complicated parts. Luckily, you only have to do this once. Set up a fresh new file and collect 10 rupees scattered around the forest. Now, head to the shop and buy a deku stick. This should be the only item in your inventory now. Make sure it is. Now, head up here to the Lost Woods and go right, left, and right again. Line yourself up like this on the fountain leading to Zora's River. Now, this gets a little bit complicated. You have to wait for Navi to talk to you, then press whatever C button your deku stick is set to twice fast. So Link falls off and then jump slashes. Now talk to Navi. Link should fall into the water and plummet to the bottom. Go through the fountain and now you're in Zora's River with literally just a deku stick. This by itself is never supposed to happen and you've officially sequence broke Ocarina of Time. We aren't done yet though. Make a beeline straight to Kakariko Village and try to make it there before night. It's a very tight time frame, but it's possible. It's not that big of a deal if you don't make it, you just have to wait for day again. Once it is day, head into Kakariko and do the side quest for the cucco lady by getting all 7 of her cuccos back into the pen. Talk to her once you've done this and get the bottle. Now head over to this rock right over here and pick it up. Scoop up one of the bugs off the ground. Make sure to keep these bugs. If you accidentally release them, just pick them up again. Now it's time to get rich, aka collect 80 rupees. Head back out and wait for day to come, or if it's already day, head straight to Hyrule Castle's drawbridge and climb up both the chains on the side and jump off them for 2 red rupees. All the rest of the rupees you need you can get by smashing pots inside this building. For the last step, head into Castle Town, go up to Hyrule Castle's pathway, walk back out, and then walk back in. Malin should be there, and after talking to her twice, you'll get the weird egg. And there you go. You officially have all the required items to do all 3 of these visual glitches. Okay, now it's time for part 2, the actual glitches. You can technically do these in whatever order you want, but I'm just gonna do my preferred order. So here's bug number 1, the stolen Ocarina of Time. To do this, you basically play the game normally. Head up to Hyrule Castle, wait for your chicken to hatch, scare away fake Mario, commit multiple trespassing crimes, and finally get to Zelda. Now here, you actually have to lie to her and tell her that you do have the spiritual stone from the Deku Tree, even though you literally don't, but whatever, you're probably going to jail anyway. Listen to her yap about some prophecy and the world's engagement, blah blah blah, and finally get to the actual visual bug, Link having the Ocarina of Time this early. When Link goes to Impa to learn the song, he doesn't have the fairy ocarina, so the game actually just defaults to the Ocarina of Time. I like to think he stole it off Zelda because he's already done multiple crimes, but I'm not sure, maybe he's just magical. You don't actually keep the ocarina though, which you might be upset about because now you can't play that cool new song, but don't worry, we can turn your deku stick into an ocarina with bug 2, where we actually use bugs. Remember those bugs we got earlier? This is where you use them. The quote-unquote bug is more of a glitch than a visual oversight, but it's still visually funny, which is the whole point of this video anyway. So to do this, we need Link to be airborne with the bugs in his hand, drop the bugs, and then pull out the deku stick so the game doesn't know what to put as an animation and defaults to the one for the ocarina. To do this, drop and grab the bugs again so they're in Link's hand, and then you just have to backflip, and while in the air, press the C button where the bugs are and the C button where the deku stick is very shortly after each other. Link should start playing the quote-unquote ocarina. If you don't get it first try, just try again, it's pretty easy to do. Okay, time for the last visual bug I'm gonna go over, visual bug 3, the unusable sword. Here's where we use these rupees. Go to the bazaar in Castle Town and buy the Hylian shield. Remember how we didn't get the sword in the forest all that time ago? You're not supposed to be able to do that and have a Hylian shield. This means that when Link puts the shield on, the game loads the sword model, but the sword is still entirely unusable. This is a much simpler visual glitch and it's a lot shorter to go over, but it's still one of my favorites. And that's all I'm gonna go over in this video. Just a few cool and funny glitches you can do to break one of the greatest games of all time. Now, don't forget you can do so much more with the sequence break than just this. You can do dungeons with wrong items and do them out of order, play the whole game with no ocarina. So if you guys want a video like that, let me know down in the comments. Remember, subscribing and liking is free and supports me a ton. Thanks for watching.